I'll be right next to you. With both eyes closed. Oh, I'll be right next to you. With both eyes closed. Oh, I'll be right next to you. Somewhere in the dark, I can feel your heart light up like a constellation. Somewhere in the black, I can feel your hand. Hold on to a love worth saving. Shake, shake, shaking me through the core. It's break, break, breaking me like waves on the shore. Keep crash, crash, crashing into the truth. With both eyes closed, I'll be right next to you. To you. I'll be right next to you. Both eyes closed. Oh, I'll be right next to you. Both eyes closed. Oh, I'll be right next to you. I'll be right next to you. I'll be there. Both eyes closed. Oh, right next to you. Oh, both eyes closed. Oh, yeah. Waking up at midnight, dreaming all day long. Maybe I'm nocturnal, baby, maybe I was wrong. Been on both sides now, looking for you. Don't feel the pain when I'm asleep, find peace in all this blue. Shake, shake, shaking me to the core. It's break, break, breaking me like waves on the shore. Keep crash, crash, crashing into the truth. With both eyes closed, I'll be right next to you. To you, I'll be right next to you. With both eyes closed. Oh, I'll be right next to you. With both eyes closed. Oh, I'll be right next to you. Somewhere in the dark, I can feel your heart light up like a constellation. Somewhere in the black, I can feel your hand. Hold on to a love worth saving. Shake, shake, shaking me through the core. It's break, break, breaking me like waves on the shore. Keep crash, crash, crashing into the truth. With both eyes closed, I'll be right next to you. To you, I'll be right next to you. Both eyes closed. Oh, I'll be right next to you. Both eyes closed. Oh, I'll be right next to you. Waking up at midnight, dreaming all day long. Maybe I'm nocturnal, baby, maybe I was wrong. Been on both sides now, looking for you. Don't feel the pain when I'm asleep, find peace in all this blue. It's shake, shake, shaking me to the core. It's break, break, breaking me like waves on the shore. Keep crash, crash, crashing into the truth. With both eyes closed, I'll be right next to you. To you, I'll be right next to you. Light up like a constellation. Somewhere in the black, I can feel your hand. Hold on to a love worth saving. Shake, shake, shaking me to the core. It's break, break, breaking me like waves on the shore. Keep crash, crash, crashing into the truth. With both eyes closed, I'll be right next to you. To you, I'll be right next to you. Both eyes closed. I'll be right next to you. Both eyes closed. I'll be right next to you. I'll be right next to you. I'll be there. Both eyes closed, right next to you. Both eyes closed. Yeah. Waking up at midnight, dreaming all day long. Maybe I'm nocturnal, baby, maybe I was wrong. Been on both sides now, looking for you. Don't feel the pain when I'm asleep, find peace in all this blue. It's shake, shake, shaking me to the core. It's break, break, breaking me like waves on the shore. Keep crash, crash, crashing into the truth. With both eyes closed, I'll be right next to you. To you, I'll be right next to you. With both eyes closed, I'll be right next to you. With both eyes closed, I'll be right next to you. Somewhere in the dark, I can feel your heart. Light up like a constellation. Somewhere in the black, I can feel your hand. Hold on to a love worth saving. Shake, shake, shaking me to the core. It's break, break, breaking me like waves on the shore. Keep crash, crash, crashing into the truth. With both eyes closed, I'll be right next to you. To you, I'll be right next to you. Both eyes closed. I'll be right next to you. Both eyes closed. I'll be right next to you. Waking up at midnight, dreaming all day long. Maybe I'm nocturnal, baby, maybe I was wrong. Been on both sides now, looking for you. Don't feel the pain when I'm asleep, find peace in all this blue. It's shake, shake, shaking me to the core. It's break, break, breaking me like waves on the shore. Keep crash, crash, crashing into the truth. With both eyes closed, I'll be right next to you. To you, I'll be right next to you. Light up like a constellation. Somewhere in the black, I can feel your hand. Hold on to a love worth saving. Shake, shake, shaking me to the core. It's break, break, breaking me like waves on the shore. Keep crash, crash, crashing into the truth. With both eyes closed, I'll be right next to you. To you, I'll be right next to you. Both eyes closed. Oh, I'll be right next to you. Both eyes closed. Come and get it. Whoa, come and get it. Whoa, come and get it.
Flame. I'm never tired, don't feel no pain, 'cause I know you don't have what it takes. I'll build an empire from your mistakes. I'll build an empire from your mistakes. So try your love, give me all you got. My name, you toil and tumble, you play your games, 'cause I know you don't have what it takes. I'll build an empire from your mistakes. I'll build an empire from your mistakes. So try your love, give me all you got.
Well, summer might be coming to a close, but the summer series never ends. That's not quite true. I suppose it will end at some point, but it's not ending anytime soon. Although that said, once again, we are coming towards the end. This is the worst intro I've ever done in my life, but I'm joined by not the worst human being in the world, and it is Alex, and I'm surrounded by Lucia mates, because we've also got Cheetos doing production today, so give him some love if you think he's done a good job out of this. But Lex, how's it going?
What is up? Seems like your favorite for tonight, which is very attractive over there.
Yeah, look at me. I'm so young and thin. Oh my god.
Nah, I'm good. I'm really excited to see this match. Anomaly Team Nameless. This is like 1 and 2 of Division 2, and as far as I understand, we've got really big stakes for tonight. We have the top team of tonight immediately promoted into the first division, and then the second team having their shot at the first division in a promotion relegation match against Hamlet, if I'm not mistaken. So
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, as you say, a lot on the line here. It promises to be a very interesting game. There's kind of stakes outside of just who wins and who loses here in terms of former teammates battling it out, former members of the different teams. But why don't we take a look at these teams here? As you said, it's top 2 of Group 2. And the divisions are tiered, so this is the second division, as it were. You can take a look at Anomaly first. Kurigari, BTS fan, Superb H, aka Super BH, Risen, and John Wack. A lot of players we're very familiar with here in South African Overwatch context. Up and comers and new faces and old faces alike. What are your thoughts on this team?
Yeah, this is a really stacked team. I mean, you see John Wack, you see Risen, you see BTS fan and Kira on their almost, I want to say, signature heroes. If there is a tier above signature heroes, synonymous heroes even. You can't think John Wack without Lucia. You can't think Kurigari without Widow. You know, it's these players are really strong. And as far as I know, it's only John Wack, BTS fan, and Kura on the starting lineup that were on the original Anomaly from last year. Super BH and Risen are imports from, was it BA Crimson? If I'm not mistaken.
Now you're testing my knowledge. I'll just have to take your word for it, I suppose.
I think it's Crimson, yeah. We played them sometime last year at the Hero Crown, actually.
Even if you can't remember where they're from, you'll definitely be familiar with the names between the competitive tournaments and your Pug style tournaments. Super BH, especially a player that kind of stood out with his main tank play. And Risen, if you haven't seen him play, you've heard him on cast a couple of times recently, so he's kind of putting himself out there. Let's take a look at their opponents here. It is going to be Nameless, a team made up for this tournament, I believe. A mix between unfamiliar and familiar players. It is Blue and Quav on the DPS, Major Panic and KK, a lot of C's in play here, and then Tira and KK on the supports. So KK, and Blue, the only 2 names we're super familiar with here, I think. Lex. Otherwise, new faces to the Overwatch scene.
So, as far as I understand, there's a little bit of a grudge going on here. KK being on Anomaly last year, having left the team, now to join Team Nameless. Major Panic and Tira having been on the what was it? The not auditions. I can't find the word. Anywho, they wanted to be on Anomaly, and then unfortunately did not get picked, and then went to Team Nameless, and then Blue, obviously my goat. Actually, where my esports career started, back on Teachers Lounge, when Blue joined me and Something Cat when we signed up for the first time, and that was when we decided to go to Ducklings. And then Quiv, I have never heard of Quiv before, but locking in the Widow, it's big shoes to take on. I mean, Kurigari is one of the most notorious Widowmakers on the COWZA server, so we will see if we get that Widow battle between the two of them.
Yeah, if the map allows for that, I'm sure we will. Your King's Rows, your long sight lines, that's what we'll expect. But we do know what our first map will be. Not expecting to see much Widowmaker here, Lex. It is going to be Samoa to kick it off.
Yeah, I mean, Samoa, it lends itself for a nice little bit of Tracer, a nice little bit of Sojourn, maybe Genji. We have Kiri bans and Pharah bans as far as I know. So we're looking to see a lot of Ana nades coming out with that Kiri ban. I mean, we know that Risen likes his Ana, so being able to nade in, being able to get those aggressive nades in, should give Anomaly a really strong start to this match.
The Kiriko ban, though, especially as you say, it's going to make it tough for them to counter that out. We are just waiting for the teams to jump into the map. The Pharah ban's kind of an interesting one. Where do you think that comes from? Yes, she's a strong hero. But she's not like the most typical meta hero at the moment, although you are welcome to correct me there. So what are your thoughts on the Pharah ban?
So the Pharah ban, a lot of teams don't like having to play into Pharah, right? Personally, I would not love to play into Pharah. It's very annoying as a support player to have to deal with the pressure from
You
the
were
Pharah.
coached by Stalker, right? That is
Yes.
so funny that you feel that way about Farah.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. The Pharah has just been so annoying, and I mean, Five Nights
Yeah.
they love their Pharah. So it was kind of I think the Pharah ban is coming from just not wanting to deal with the pressure, having to split angles 3 ways, because now you have to look main, you have to look on the off angle, and you have to look up in the sky. It just kind of eliminates one of those angles. Unless they come out on the Echo, right? But
True.
let's hope they're not being silly like that.
These are two teams that know each other quite well as well, so it wouldn't shock me if Nameless knew something about Kurigar and BTS's heroes that they would go for that. I know BTS fan does play a decent amount of Pharah, so it wouldn't shock me if that is some kind of targeted ban. And as we know, as you mentioned, KK, she's kind of a spy, a double agent here in the Nameless squad. She'll know exactly what's going on in that Anomaly team. But what are your thoughts on the compositions here before we get things kicked off?
Yeah, so I mean, we're seeing the dive from Nameless. I'm going to assume that we get a Tracer out from blue, and then on the other side, it's almost a match, just with a ball difference and a Lucio difference. So Anomaly looking to really disrupt, Nameless looking to kind of surgically remove. That's my read on this.
We'll have to wait and see here. Super BH kind of typified by his Ramatra play, if nothing else. But of course, no player, especially no tank, can get away with only really being good at one hero. So we'll have to wait and see what he can get done. On the ball, Risen, though, on the ball himself, he finds an opening kill onto Terra. Blue drops as well immediately. Anomaly. Surgical precision, you said. Chaos, you said. But at the end of the day, it is Anomaly coming out on top with what is, frankly, a very surgical approach.
Yeah, that was a really quick fight. I mean, the Brig died immediately, and that just left the Ana open. And I think Quiv might have been the just a little bit of an addition there. You know, a lucky pick. But yeah, Nameless there. It's not a strong start. Anomaly looking very, very surgical, very precise in this pretty much chaos comp, right?
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see if they continue with this. They get aggressive here onto the Soldier. Not going to find a kill, but yes, they do. BTS fan too far forward, gets taken down. No support in tow. Kurugard, though, fires back once again. The backline intact is here for Nameless, but the fight is even for the time being. Point has flipped now. Nameless in control, so they can afford to draw this team fight if need be, but they're trading very effectively here. But Super BH, he might be the difference maker. 2 kills down, make that a third as he kills his opposite number, and that might just be it. There's a body on point somewhere. There we go. There's the spawn. Doesn't matter. All we know is that Anomaly, after a difficult start, managed to claw that one back off the back of some stellar main tank play.
Yeah, so I mean, BTS fan going down first, that's a good pick. However, you still are so survivable. The ball doesn't need his backline. The Ana has the Lucio. If you can split the backline of Anomaly, like maybe even oh my days, that is just such a huge pick.
Onto KK, both supports down. You can pretty much call this team fight over, I think. Both healers taken down. Anomaly once again identifying targets and taking them out with surgical precision. BTS fan with the late pick onto Quav to top it all off. 70% already taken down here. Anomaly in total control.
Yeah, Anomaly knows exactly what they need to do. They are removing the backline first, and oh my days, what is that pulse bomb? I mean, the thing that gives Anomaly their win every time is that a support member dies first, and then they just go in.
Oh, speaking of going in, they've got the minefield in here. One healer down, the other healer low and under pressure here. But it's going to be the Soldier and the target. Super BH once again coming in clutch for his team. And Kurugari hooking up to secure that kill with the Tracer. This is looking absolutely perfect from Anomaly. So far, the top of Group 2. And they're showing us why as they look to steamroll through Team Nameless. A nice kill from Risen. We saw it. We all saw it. The Ana coming in clutch. And that's going to be it for map number 1. Samoa. All Anomaly for the time being.
Yeah, that was really dominant behavior from Anomaly. They immediately isolated the support and got rid of them. And once your support is down, there is no help for the other one. Brig and Ana, they need to stick together. If either Brig or Ana dies, the other one is absolutely cooked. And Anomaly is almost suffocating this backline, giving them no space to do anything. And then you're left with DPS who have no support. So yeah, I mean, Anomaly know exactly what they want to do. They look really well practiced on this comp. They are they are surgical.
Hmm. And this has kind of been typical of their play throughout their history. It's been a team that practices a lot. They grind out compositions. They will learn what the meta is and approach it with a lot of energy. And they've seemed to now have a group of players who are able to execute on that, at least at this level. As once again, the Nameless running this dive composition with the monkey on the front lines. Tira, what are we doing up there? A little bit too far forward and gets punished by Kuragari. You can't make mistakes against this team, but they are firing back with the kill onto BTS Fan. But once again, Kuragari, Super BH, name a more iconic duo in this game, hooking up to secure kill after kill as Major Panic. He does find Risen. They've lost a couple of healers, but it's not enough to keep this in. Tira, she's back, they're back rather, but they're not going to be able to win this one out, and that's going to be it. Anomaly, once again, in control.
So there's a little bit of an adjustment from Team Nameless, right? We have the Moira Lucio backline now, which I think they're noticing that they're just getting absolutely rolled by this Tracer Ball combo, and they're not allowed to do anything. However, now you have to play so aggressive with your monkey, or your monkey needs to pull back. And it just changes up the playstyle so much, right? You want to go first, you want to go aggressive, you want to go in, but you don't have those nades to follow up on anymore.
Yeah, it's quite unfortunate here as once again they get aggressive. This time it's Major Panic's monkey to drop first. Pulse Bomb comes out, doesn't find anything, and that's going to likely be it for the Tracer. Having to juke and jibe, but Risen gets the grenade kill onto Blue, and already 40% built up. Nameless need to go back to the drawing board here for map number 2.
Yeah, it's hard to ignore this ball, right? The ball and the Tracer, they're so precise. They are mechanically skilled as well, so they will just remove anybody in their path. And now Kuragari is sitting with a pulse bomb in hand, so the quick picks are just bound to happen. And Nameless kind of need to go faster. But how? How do you go faster than these two?
Oh my god, that is a huge anti-heal, and Super BH, he takes full advantage of that. 4 kills in quick succession. Go faster to the grave. Unfortunately, Team Nameless in big trouble here. 80% already burnt off.
Go back to spawn. Do not collect 2 million. That was crazy work.
2 million, yo.
We're seeing I want money. That's what I'm saying.
I was just gonna say,
we're seeing the Curie
I haven't
band.
played Monopoly in a long time, but you youngsters are in a bad space if it's 2 million.
We see the Curie band here. Really, it's really biting Nameless in the butt here.
Oh.
Oh my days, huge pulse. Nameless don't have that answer to Risen's nade. You can't just play scared, right? They are going to come to you. So, what is the plan here? How do you work around that?
Well, they'll have to figure that out for game number 2, I suspect, because this one looks all done but the crying here. Major Panic in the mix there. BTS Fan has his ultimate going. The overclock on the mining for 2 kills. Sombra not fast enough to get back in. And that's going to be it for game number 1. Anomaly looking totally untouchable.
Yeah, that was an unbelievable performance from Anomaly. Very surgical, very precise. The Tracer and the ball were pretty much in sync the whole time. The backline just lives. And the Nameless backline just doesn't have any answers, right? You can't play the Curie because it's banned. Really smart ban from Anomaly. Take them to a map where Ana nades reign supreme and just get rid of the counter for that.
Mm-hmm.
It's smart from them. I can't even blame them.
Yeah, it is smart, but there also does seem to be a bit of a bigger, faster, stronger thing going on here, where Anomaly just seem to be a little bit sharper, seem to be a little bit more put together, and they might just have a slight mechanical advantage as well on the individual players. So we'll have to wait and see whether Nameless can respond now. And I don't really feel like it was wholly compositional. I don't think you get steamrolled like that if it's just a case of not having one hero. I think you'll agree, Lick. So the question stands now, what do? Do you go straight for the ball ban, for example, if you're Nameless here? You know that Super VA showed you nothing other than that in this game. You know, he can play other stuff, but do you wait a bit on that ball ban? Do you see if it's typical of their style, or do you think you just throw it out now and try and get whatever advantage you can going into game number 2?
So what I think you target the Ana instead of the ball, right? I don't think ball functions without the Ana. Or at least functions as well without the Ana. Because Risen is really comfortable on Ana. You see him come out on the Ana immediately, pretty much every match. And if you ban Bull, you can just go Winston, right? So it doesn't really soften the blow, it just makes it a different kind of problem. So my thought is ban the Ana and try and make the backline uncomfortable, because that should make it easier for you to get on them, given that Nameless want to dive, right? So make it a diveable backline in the case that, well, your backline isn't getting cooked as hard.
Makes sense to me. We'll have to wait and see what they ban, but we do know what our map will be for map number 2. It is going to be Runasapi, the push map. A very interesting map. Another map where Ana makes a lot of sense to be played and thus banned by Nameless. But also a playground for Ball, even without the Neanderthal. So we'll have to wait and see the approach these teams take to banning. If you're Anomaly here, are you even that worried about what you're banning? Is there anything that gave you any pause from what Nameless was doing in map number 1?
Well, as Anomaly, or as Nameless knows a lot about Anomaly because KK is kind of like a little bit of a spy over there, maybe Anomaly has been doing their homework and see what Nameless want to play. So I think in this case, it's a case of, can we get them off of their comfort? Can we kind of shift their focus off of what they want to do onto having to adapt to us, right? Because that's what they did on the first map. They kept pressuring, they kept pushing, and Nameless had to come up with the answer to the questions that Anomaly was asking. But now, is there a way for Nameless to switch that around, start asking questions themselves, start getting aggressive, start getting into their face, and force Anomaly onto the back foot, because they're very much on the front foot here.
Yeah, that feels like the understatement of the century there. I think we're looking down the barrel of a pretty one-sided series if we don't see something different from Nameless, or if Anomaly don't make some big mistakes. It is worth noting, Anomaly has quite a significant subs pool as well, so they've got options if they do run into any issues in terms of what Nameless are running against them. But we do now know our bans. It is going to be Tracer banned by Nameless and Moira banned by Anomaly. The Moira ban is an interesting one. The Tracer ban, very, very logical. Kurugari absolutely dominating on Samoa.
I just feel like the Tracer ban just doesn't stop a lot of the aggression that Anomaly can bring, right? Instead of having the Tracer help the ball, you can have something like an Echo help the ball. Or you can play Winston Echo and just go at them. But yeah, I feel like leaving the supports on their comfort is giving Anomaly a lot of carry potential. The supports are just chilling, right? Yeah. Those are the people that are supposed to keep you alive. Those are the people that are also the glass cannons. So if you can get them uncomfortable on picks that they're not used to, I would think that would help. The Moira ban, that feels like a little bit of a funny ban. I can't see any logic where Moira is being played.
They banned Kiriko first map, right? That makes sense from a practical standpoint.
Yeah.
But it's also like one of KK's most played heroes. Moira was also played by KK in that last map. So there's a pattern I'm picking up here in our 2 data points so far. And I don't know if we're reading too much into that, but they do seem to be banning out all of their former teammates' heroes. So, they might not have that much information, but they do know that one thing, and that's what KK is good at, and they're making life uncomfortable for her.
I think the reason why she came out on the Moira is because she couldn't come out on the Curie. I assume that had that been different and any other hero had been banned, she comes out on the Curie 100%. Because I know she enjoys her Curie and she enjoys her Ana. Those are her.
I was surprised
heroes.
she didn't actually go for the Ana. We saw the success.
Well, they started on the Ana, right?
Oh, they did, yeah.
Yes, and then they just got absolutely rolled by that Bull Tracer. So that's why they went over to the more movable backline. And the preferred movable backline hero between Moira and Curie is obviously Curie for the Suzu and the big damage and all of that kind of stuff. So, I don't know. Moira doesn't feel like she's in a good enough position to ban for a good reason. So
Yeah,
I'm kind
it's
of
an
questioning this
opportunity
ban.
cost as well, right? Why there's way more problematic heroes that you could be banning instead of Warrior.
Exactly. But I guess since the Tracer ban came out, they can't ban a DPS,
True.
which might be the most problematic, right? And they probably don't want to ban a tank because Major Panic and Lord of Terran probably wants to play the same tank here. Which, by the way, Lord of Terran is in and
Yeah.
not BTS fan, or not BTS fan, Super.
Super.
Um,
That
so
surprises
we
me
know.
because this is a very brawly map and Super kind of excels at that playstyle, but I guess they want to go more divey.
Yeah, it seems like Anomaly, because Terran is also really good at the Queen, right?
That is
So
true.
they can be playing the Queen, but I know him as like a Queen Winston player,
Mm-hmm.
so I think they run out on the Queen here. The Curie finally being unbanned, so that just kind of makes sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your Queen would struggle very much against an Ana.
You say that, and yet nobody is picking the honors. So that is a moot point for the time being. But obviously, every opportunity that either team could run that here, K and Risen already showing us a level of aptitude on that hero. Lord of Terrans, though, as you say, a very, very adept Queen player. Oh, speaking of adept, he finds K in the back line. That is, symptomatic of what's been happening here is once again perfect play from our blue squad here. Kill after kill, 2 kills remaining. A very, very clean team fight here. They're not just a one-trick pony. They can dive, they can brawl, and they can win team fights at will.
So Anomaly has a formula, and the formula is very obvious. If a support dies, the team fight is a win. And once again, they isolated the Kiri very early, got her low very quickly, and the team just has to play scared because now your Suzu is gone, your main source of healing is gone. What else are you supposed to do? You can't really make space if you don't have the sustain to take it. And these are some really aggressive angles from Kura and John Wack.
Ooh, force out the roar here. Blue, low HP, having to get back here. Nameless, already losing the HP battle, but Kurigar, he's under pressure, but the healing is good on the back line. Major Panic dropping low though, needs to be careful. Suzu forced out here, that might be the go signal for the blue team. Anomaly already gapping this first point, a huge advantage built so early on in this push map as Major Panic taking the duel on the front line with the enemy Junker Queen, Terran Lord. But these teams are very, very well behaved as I say that though. They get that opening kill, now they move forward. Kitsune Rush popped. No other ultis really needed here, but they found a target. Major Panic, he goes down, and that should be it. KK low, taken down. Genji low, taken down. And that's going to be it for this team fight. A very slow and deliberate pace Anomaly are setting, but it's getting the job done.
Yeah, Anomaly was very patient there, which I think Nameless was getting antsy, and that's how we caught the Lucio out there. Once again, support dies, the team fight is over. So what I need Nameless to realize here is that their supports need to play in a way that they can stay safe and keep their tank up and kind of play for DPS to get picks here. We have the Sojourn ult. Let's press Q. Let's try and get them.
Both Sojourns popping out.
Correct.
It sounds like Kurugari dropping low. He does get taken down by Guav. They force out Sound Barrier. Both teams, in fact, I think that's 2 rampages as well. So all the players popping their LTs at once here. But Lord of Terrans, he comes out on top. Once again, finding the kill onto KK. It feels like there's a grudge there or something because he seems to be getting that kill every team fight as John Wack takes out his opposite number. And once again, the early kill is all that Anomaly need to pounce on that advantage.
This is looking very, very snowbally. I mean, Nameless have this Kitsune to kind of rebuke this massive snowball that is running at their spawn, but I've seen Babs do miracles with that blade. So let's see what happens here.
Well, there it comes. He finds his opposite number, Blue, taken down straight off the bat. Any other kills? Not really, but he's happy to just make space for his team, pull the attention away from everybody else and allow his team to clean things up, and they do that very effectively. Final kill there from Lord of Terrans. It's dire straits now for Team Nameless.
Yeah, it's really difficult to come into this again with no ultimates besides the blade. And it's going to be a naked pool noodle blade over here. So it's tough getting in there. It's tough getting into what looks like an impenetrable fortress that keeps rushing at you, right? The balance is really good. But
They've
that's a
got
good
that
first
opening
pick.
kill. That's a good second pick. No healers left here. Even if he goes down, they'll still feel confident in winning this team fight. 2 players low, very low, but they do secure the kills. They have lost 2 in the meantime, though. But with that kill onto Kuragari, they'll finally secure that team fight. But this is a 10 million step process, Licks, and they've only just taken the first one.
The thing that is this mountain to climb now is that they have to win fight after fight after fight
Yeah.
after fight. And Anomaly's ult economy is just looking better, right? Terran is in front of Major Panic, Risen is in front of K. It just these are big ultimates coming online very quickly, and you just need such precision from Team Nameless. Like, you really can't make a mistake. In fact, you need to force them to make a mistake.
Oh, well, there you go. There's the reckoning coming through. Lord of Terrans, he finds 1, 2, 3. KK once again goes down to the blade of the Terran Master. And that's going to be it for this team fight once again. Perfect execution. Just the one ult used, and that's enough to secure the team fight win.
They can snowball this now, given that the Lucio and the Sojourner are coming up on their ultimates, and it's so tough to stop this freight train coming in when you really just don't have the facilities for it. It's almost an ult imbalance that they're trying to battle into here, and unless Anomaly makes a mistake with their ultimate, I just don't see how Nameless brings us back.
They do get the kill onto Terran there. That's exactly what they needed. And they find a second one now. BTS fan, I suspect, might have been disconnected there. I'm not sure if he was actually moving when he got killed, because he's kind of in an odd space to die there. But it's a good start for Team Nameless, but Anomaly can do this all day. They can just trade fights like this, no problem. With this huge lead they have, it's 3-4 fights in a row that Nameless have to win to actually recoup the losses that they've accrued so far.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so they take down Lord of Terran first. Excellent idea. Because Queen is a glass cannon, she has to come in to you. So if you can get rid of her, the rest of her team is free money. However, we are dealing with this ult issue where we can't. It's tough, right? You have to force a mistake out of this team, and it's hard to do that when they are pressuring you. So, yeah, I just don't know how you take this. It was a really good fight from Nameless, but now you have to snowball that, right? You have 4 minutes to try and get almost a perfect push, and yeah, that means no mistakes throughout the board for 4 minutes, and you have to win every single fight over and over and over and over. It's hard. It's hard.
It is indeed hard here, but they have taken the first step again. It's 1 step forward, 2 steps back, though, unfortunately. Kuragari is taken down. Okay, we'll find that final hit. So they will get the cart moving once again here without forcing any ultis out. And they've got a pretty decent ult bank now. So that ult issue we were talking about, Licks, kind of recouped those losses a little bit.
I think Anomaly holding onto their ults there might be what is drawing out this map a little bit. Had they Kitsune there, had they Sojourn ulted there, I think this looks different.
Ooh, getting very aggressive there. Once again, they trade support ults. They trade the Carnage as well, the Rampage rather. Kuragari popped the Overclock, but he is taken down in that. So a lot of ults used here for not a lot of kills, but there we go. Now the kills are coming. BTS fan on the back line finds one. He's looking for blue. He gets blue. Can he get a third? It seems like it's only a matter of time here. And once again, the difference. This is such a late beat, though. They've lost so many players. It'll take a mega performance here to actually pull this back, but they just don't want to lose the ground. They just want to buy time for the respawns, but it's not going to be good enough. I suppose they forced the blade here, but Babs will be happy to use this if it means they win this team fight. And they do just that. Tira goes down, Major Panic goes down, team fight over. Anomaly once again marching towards the final point.
Yeah, that beat a little bit late there. I get that they don't want to lose that, but I think the hesitation on the beat may be too much, right? They probably ult track that Babs still has blade. They probably ult track that Terran is close to his ultimate. So you would want beat for that.
Oh, Overclock popped, but Terran Lord, he finds a kill onto Quav, and that is a huge problem because they don't have much else to work with. Blue's got his ultimate, but he's in the grave as well. Major Panic taken down. This is last chance Saloon now. 2.5 minutes left in the clock, and Anomaly are marching towards a full cap.
Yeah, at this point, how you stop it, you have to just play for ult, but there is no time when he just gets that pick.
Yeah, he's got a 4x on that knife there, that's for damn sure. And unfortunately, the cover is there in the back line as well to prevent Blue from finding anything. A full team wipe, 5-0, and that's going to be it for map number 2. Anomaly looking as unassailable as they have all series.
Yeah, I mean, Anomaly's been looking really strong in the second division, right? But now we expected Nameless to really take it to Anomaly. Them coming in as an underdog team. But Anomaly is looking absolutely untouchable right now. They are so clean, so precise. They have a fight plan. They execute it every time. And yeah, it just doesn't ever seem like ults go wasted on that side.
Yeah.
Even the neutral is just so clean.
That second fight was very, very typical of their playstyle, right? It felt like it was laid bare for us. They're very, very patient. They understood what their comp needed to do. They were happy to play a kind of pokey style at the opening, but as soon as there was a chink in the armor exposed, they drove the knife in and twisted it to secure teamfight victories. And yeah, that was very typical of their play. So very, very impressive from a team that has historically played this way. And it's clear that they've got some flexibility in their compositions, but a problem I always have with this Anomaly squad is when they are challenged, how flexible can they be? How adaptable are they? So far in this match, they have not been challenged. That much is clear. But that is a question mark I always have around this team. But this is a different team, different personnel for the most part. And I'm excited to see what they do going forward. It's not over yet though, Lix. Obviously, this is just 2-0. It is a best of 5 for those of you who are wondering. But Nameless, they're looking outmatched here.
Yeah, it's really hard. What do you take them to? They can beat you on the brawl. They can beat you on the dive. Yeah.
I would take them home. I'd play on King's Row. If at least I'm gonna lose, I'm gonna do it in a place I know and I love.
Yeah. Everybody knows King's Row. It's a comfort pick almost.
Exactly.
But we do have.
Exactly. We do know what our map is, though. It is going to be Hollywood. I suppose as hybrid maps go, it's probably the second most comfy one for most teams. But we do now come to Hollywood. We might see this Widowmaker duel that we mentioned right at the top of the show, Lix, potentially. But I suspect Anomaly is just going to run what they think is strongest and look to close this out cleanly like they have done throughout the rest of the map. In terms of bans, we're not quite there yet, but what would you ban here if you're Nameless especially?
Okay, so I take us to Hollywood. I know we probably want to play dive, which means they'll want to play dive. Their dive is a ball type dive, so I probably ban ball, right?
Yeah.
However, on the flip side of things, I'm looking to probably hurt the backline. If we can get Risen uncomfortable, because having an honor that just never dies, that's a problem. If we can get him uncomfortable, because banning the Lucio, right? Then you just force John Wack onto Brig, and that actually helps your honor.
Yeah.
So I think rather look at the honor, either ban the honor or the ball. That's my shout here.
I think if I'm playing this, I'm like, get that damn ball out of my game, please. I do not want to deal with that. I'll happily lose to honor rather than having my brain rocked around my skull by the ball. So I definitely read the ball ban as well. I think like I said after the first match, now it's game time. Now you don't have a chance to figure out things. You just got to take out what you think the enemy is strongest with. And I think the ball ban makes sense. But the substitutions, I think, come in after the ban. So they ban the ball, and so you can just run, Terran Lord and be like, cool, we'll just run the monkey then. That's not an issue. But we'll have to wait and see what they do. We do now know our bans. It is going to be that ball ban from Team Nameless, who called it there. A very logical ban. And on the other side, they banned the There we go. They banned the Genji. So an interesting ban, taking Blue out of his comfort zone. But again, it's kind of an embarrassment of riches if you're Anomaly. You're like, well, play whatever. It doesn't matter. We only banned something because we had to.
Yeah. The ball ban. So just a little bit of a correction there. You actually have to lock the roster first and then ban.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So even if Super is in, you expect him to play the ball, but then you can ban his ball, and then he has to then play the Winston.
Okay,
which
I like it
I
that
think
way.
Super
actually.
can
It's better
do.
that way.
I do believe Super is an adept Winston player, and maybe not as comfortable on as he is on the ball, but like, if you're at that level with the ball, you expect to be somewhere close with a Winston. The dive concepts still stay the same. The mechanics just change a little bit, right? So you know what you want to do, you know where you want to be, you know how you want to engage, and having Kura back with that tracer and having the Ana, I think it's still going to be an uphill battle. I think it's still going to be very difficult.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I
And now they have the
don't
bubble.
remember seeing Super BH on the Winston, but I'm almost 100% sure you can play Winston. There are very few main tanks who can't play Winston, at least to a serviceable level. And like you say, it should feed into their playstyle just as well. But again, just to remind people, we know him as a brawler. We know him for his Ram and his Junker Queen. So it's cool to see him expand his playstyle as far as we see it, into these more divey compositions and do so with serious power, working together so well with Kurugari, because that's the other thing. The Tracer's back in now, banned for map number 2, but Kurugari is going to be trying to wreak havoc on that hero once again, and it's kind of been typical of this tournament so far. The Tracer tank duos, right? Who's it?
Yeah.
Obviously, you've got Antiablo Zoom, you've got Super BH Kurugari in this game. What is it? Fable Salmon in Vanquish. There's just up and down the tournament. There are these duos that are just popping off in such a big way.
Yeah, I mean, it might be like a COWZA Mandela effect, but I have a very clear vision of Super with Winston in the game.
Okay.
But that might just be me making it up.
No, I believe it. I 100% believe it. I don't see it myself, so maybe you're taking all that energy from me, but I believe 100% that he plays it.
Yeah, but yeah, like you mentioned, it's these tank DPS duos, that they just run amok, and you can't really kill the ball. The ball is not a killable target.
Ooh.
You know what? I completely forgot about the Doomfist.
Yeah. Oh, false alarm.
Never mind. We're good.
Never mind.
We are good.
Never mind.
Oh
It's
my
monkey time.
days. Had a little bit of a heart attack there. For Team Nameless, having to play into a Doom is one of the worst fates known to
Oh, it's
mankind.
hell. I don't play
Second
Overwatch.
to playing against
99% of the reason is Doomfist. I would play this game a lot more if that hero wasn't in it. Anyway, that's
with
enough
Novak
about
the
me.
Queen. She always complains we have to ban the Doom. So
You would not want to play with me because you would just hate me, and you might hate me anyways. I can't promise you won't, but Doomfist is definitely a tilt hero for me. So I'm glad for Nameless that he's not in the game right now, but they might be in pain either way here. Normally on the defense, running the same composition they've been running throughout the tournament. Kurugari this time not on the Sojourn, instead going to try and leverage the high ground off the back of the Ashe, but Kurugari, he does find that opening kill. Blue taken down before the fight really even starts. They are pushing the high ground here, our red team, but they're being put under more pressure than they're putting on the enemy team, I suspect, as BTS fan here. He's on the Tracer this time. Interesting switch up there. Kurugari feeling more confident perhaps on the ranged hit scan here. Obviously Babs usually running the Genji in these situations. Not needed here though, but they are looking to try and find their way in again. Already a minute almost burnt off the clock as BTS fan, though he wins the trade there, finding that opening kill onto the enemy Tracer once again. Blues spent all of 10 seconds alive in this game, it feels like, because he's just dropping time after time, and now Super BH, he's able to run him up. Quav taken down, all in the backline here. He is dropping low. He is getting taken down, actually. That's a very important kill. Maybe they can start moving forward now with the respawns as Major Panic secures that. Still looking for targets though. Just going to play this a little bit slow and wait for the numbers advantage, which they do have now. They move forward. They've got Nano Boost at the ready to be popped on that monkey. Dropping low. Not going to be needed for just now, but he's going to have to come back. Oh, he does get taken down. Risen finds that kill. The anti-nade goes in. It doesn't find anything, and that might just be yet a little bit of slow pace there, not working out for Team Nameless as Risen finds his second kill, and now you've got the monkey in the backline here. Punch not on the money, but it's just a matter of time. BTS fan picks up his second DPS of the team fight, and after a long drawn out engagement, Lex finally Anomaly stamped their foot.
Oh, that was a barn burner of a first fight. Nameless, having picked off the monkey, I don't think they could find the weakness that created for them, because it was such a gap, and they just did not take advantage of what they needed to, right? And I think that has to do with the difference in between these comps, which being the Sojourn and the Ashe, right? Kura being very comfortable on a static hit scan character, like playing the Widow, playing the Ashe, playing the Sojourn. Soj feels a little bit more like Soldier, having to engage a little bit faster, having to get in your face a little bit more, to just kind of build up that rail. But the Ashe has that pick potential off the bat. 2 headshots, you're gone. And, you know, having this Tracer and the monkey there as well, Kura needs to tag one person one time, call it. His tank and his DPS are on it.
Yeah.
So I think the patience shown on that first fight was really good.
Ooh, nice whip shot here. Forces out the ultimate. Major pain. Nick now getting into the backline here. Angry Monkey, he finds Tira. He will get another. He might even get 3 here if he can, but the nano boost is good. The perk keeping the honor alive there, but the enemy honor taken down. KK taken to the grave, but Guaf, he's fighting back here. He chases down the trade. He finds a kill, finds a return kill onto Super BH. What are the numbers like in this team fight? It's kind of hard to say, but it looks to me like Anomaly are still in control, dropping low, good healing, but Sushi Roll is taken down, subbed in for this map, and in a little bit of trouble here. Ash as well taken down, so finally Nameless finding something in this team fight. They will at least get a tick, so even if they don't get the full cap, they've got something to defend. Tira dropping low, having to back down here. It looks like they're just going to let this one go. Heads up play from Anomaly, but Nameless, finally some signs of life.
Yeah, I mean, that was excellent work. Nameless found a pressure point in that first fight, realized their mistake, did the same thing, and just pressured even harder. They cannot step off the gas. Anomaly is barreling at them at all times, and it kind of feels like this needs to be an unstoppable force, immovable object kind of deal. Yeah, Nameless need to just keep pressing go.
Oh, Pulse Bomb in the back finds the Brigitte, the perfect kill from Tracer's perspective, because now she can run amok, and Risen will secure that kill onto Quav as well. No DPS in play. No, that's not true. It was one healer kill. But that's going to be it for this team fight. Nameless going to be forced back once again. Anomaly really not even extending too much, just finding exactly the number of kills they need to win the team fight.
Yeah, Anomaly once again just looking good.
Oh my god, that's
my dear. Yeah, this nano is going to be absolutely huge. Nameless don't have any ultimates yet. This nano can ruin lives. Is what I'm kind of predicting here.
Might be forced out here actually, but BTS fan, he's quietly been absolutely dominating blue, by the way. He's won every single duel I've seen so far, and now he might pick up another kill here. Will drop low. Nano boost was popped somewhere across the map. Super BH, he's the recipient, and he's gonna be looking to clean things up here, and oh my god, this is an absolute blender, whatever the equivalent is when you're using lightning instead of blades. Doesn't matter though, the result is the same. BTS fan and the rest of the Anomaly squad clean things up once again.
And we look at the poor Anna's body there after an absolute stomping. That team fight was anything. It was. I don't even know how to say it. Like, English escapes me. That team fight was just rough. They push pressure points, and I think Nameless crumbles under that little push, you know? It's like they find a chink in the armor and they push and they push and they push and they push.
Well, and this is a little bit more than pushing. This is punching. This is brawling in the corner. The monkey has it all under control. Tira taking down the Brig, having a hard time this map, and Super BH, he seems everywhere. Can that monkey teleport? No. He's just jumping around, clowning around on the enemy squad. Nameless under pressure, but they got 5 ultimates here, so much to work with. They just need to start the team fight well. Can they find that opening pick? Good couple of hits onto Kurugari on the high ground here. Quav looking for an angle to use that overclock. The nano boost does come out now, but the monkey is primal. Somebody needs to touch. Are they aware of it? I think they've got a body on there. Do they? Yes, they do. Now they can get onto the backline there. The peel is so good from the backline. Super BH, he finds Quav. Meantime, a lot of pressure being put onto the Ana on the point and onto the Winston. So many kills coming the way of Anomaly. A decent push from Nameless, but stopped before it can really gain any momentum.
Yeah, that 5 alts team fight, I mean, they got so rolled that they did not have any time to press Q. They got killed before they could press Q, and it just becomes this case of like, well, now we have to go in and press Q, and it's always at this inopportune time. You're struggling to just get good value out of your ultimates because you're not in position to use them, and Anomaly is not letting you get into position to use them. They are smothering this team, and I honestly, I don't have an answer for them.
Yeah, bigger, faster, stronger is what it feels like, unfortunately, from Nameless. They've looked so good throughout Group 2 here, but this is a mountain that is just too tall to be climbed, Anomaly. And it kind of makes me excited to see what Anomaly is going to bring to the Premier stage next time out, if they do close things out here. But they've got just a few more steps to take, and we might see the Doomfist. They are in attack. Oh, let's see if Super BH wants to come out with this. But they can do whatever they want here, it feels like. Even showing us the Freya here.
Yeah, Freya is the you're already dead type character. I mean, you get hit with a bolt, and then it gets stuck in you, and it does 90 damage, and you're already pretty much dead. You go around that corner, and you're like, oh, well, I have this bolt in me. Heal me or I die. But yeah, so... actually coming out on the Pharah here, so this is maybe why we saw the Pharah ban on the first map, right? They're maybe looking for this really quick finish, get a lot of burst damage out, and just kind of remove squishies.
Does not have a babysitter in the sky, so needs to watch his positioning a little bit here, perhaps, but doing plenty of damage onto that high ground now. Pressure being built, Super BH dropping low. He is getting healed up, but he does have to back off here. The Tracer looking to get something done here, but just not that edge to secure that final kill. Good positioning from Superb H once again. Gets onto the high ground now, but dropping low once again. Time being burnt off the clock, but plenty of time for this patient playstyle to find pay dirt here. Can he do that now? Kurugari this time on the Tracy. He wants to show Babs how it's done, show Blue what domination really feels like. But Blue looking to dominate in his own right here on the Tracer. Not able to secure these kills though, once again, getting players low, but not securing the final hits. Damage over the top now. The Pharah not yet able to secure the kills, but putting out plenty of damage here. 60% up towards the LT. No ults for any team just yet. K almost towards the nano boost, but very patient playstyle from both teams. A minute and 15 seconds already burnt off. Kurugari actually dropping low here, but Blue not wanting to take that trade as once again the action unfolds on point. A great anti-heal. The follow-up is good from BTS Fan, and that's going to be QWAV down in the dirt once again. The Sojin having a hard time countering out the birds in the sky as well. BTS Fan dropping low here, but not taken down. Rolls back in now. Kurugari finds a kill. No respect for KK. Right in the face. And that's going to be it for the Ana. Team fight pretty much done and dusted here. 2 minutes is all they needed. Sounds familiar. But Anomaly are in control.
Yeah, I feel like the Sojourn is going to struggle into this Pharah, as it seems. Having to build up that rail, not that consistent pressure in the sky. I feel like maybe an Ashe would have done better. There's a recontest though.
They've got the primal rage going. They need to stay on point though. They will do that now. Already 2 ticks, almost 3 taken down, so they need to be on point, and they're losing players now. Nameless. Quav goes down, but Major Panic, he's wreaking havoc in the background, and they're kind of happy to be set up on point here. Rally coming through as well. Super VH dropping very, very low here. Blue will get taken down by Kurugari. If the Kurugari stays alive, he will get kills eventually. The Pulse Bomb is good. The Monkey has no primal rage to use it to get in here, but the healing is there. But Super BH says, what healing where? As he finds Tira. BTS Fan tracks down KK, and that's it. A brief burst of life from Nameless, but Anomaly, they clap back just quick.
Yeah, I think they staved it away pretty well. The recontest absorbed it, stepped back, and then reaggressed in a way that just kind of negated any pressure that Nameless was putting out. I mean, yeah, once again, I'm really worried about the Sojourn into the Faro, right?
Mhm.
If that slide is out, you're so squishy, and if you don't have your rail, that Faro is just free money.
Yeah, it is. It is a tough place to be a soldier and tough to be Major Panic on the Monkey as well. And remember, they don't have to push very far here. They've already lost two. Kurgai once again wins his duel. Is the shot there? Not quite, but they will get that kill eventually. The yellow box of victory just seconds away from being covered, and that will be it. Anomaly top Group 2 and secure themselves a place in the Premier Division for next season.
Yeah. So Anomaly with this, taking that first place, taking their upgrade to the first division, and kind of sentencing Team Nameless to another game, them having to deal with Pangolin.
Yeah, it's not all over for them, as you say. They've got an opportunity to themselves, cash that ticket into the Premier Division, but it's going to be tough here. Anomaly, I think, looking ready for the Premier Division, right? You look at this team and think they could take the fight to at least the sort of bottom section of that. Guys like you, Ducklings, watching this, Lixodian, does it fill you with dread, this team, or are you thinking, nah, if we have to face them in the future, we've got it all under control?
Sorry, I had a little bit of a disconnect issue. Which
I was
team are you talking
saying
about?
Anomaly.
Right.
Because you guys
yes,
will have
Anomaly.
to face them in Prem next season.
Well, unfortunately, because of our interesting little
You
leg,
won't.
we are dropped down to
Sorry.
second division. So
I
we
put you
don't
on
have to
blast
face
there.
Anomaly just yet. But Anomaly has kind of showed us how to deal with Nameless. And it's quite a lot to take from, right? Anomaly giving us a masterclass on the dive, on the brawl, on how to play Winston, Anna, Queen, everything really. But yeah, I'm more worried about what the first division teams have to deal with now, because this is some barreling steam train walking into your division, and they look hot. They look really, really hot, really fired up, flamed up, ready to just eat everything in their path. And yeah, like you don't know. You don't know what's coming.
Yeah, the thing is, though, I always worry with Anomaly. What happens when that steam train gets derailed? Can they convert into some other form of transportation? Because they can sometimes struggle when they come up against teams where they are able to deal with Anomaly's main plan. And so that's always the question mark I have. But as I mentioned in game number 2, this is a different roster now. Yes, the DNA of the team is pretty similar. Yes, there's a lot of similar personnel, especially in the back line, but sorry, in the background. But I'm interested to see this. There's a sharpness to this team that I wasn't always getting from previous iterations of Anomaly. So I'm excited to see what they do going into next season. And of course, their opponents, Nameless, they've got an opportunity against Pangolins to see what they can do if they can get into the Prem Division. What are your thoughts against how these two teams match up, Pangolins and Nameless? Like a little preview of where you think these two teams stand.
So Pangolins, they've been playing together for ages, right? I think they have a new backline. That might be what changed there. But for the most part, they've been playing together a lot. Nameless came together for this tournament. I think synergy is going to play a big role in that game, just kind of understanding how each other want to play and who's going where and what are each other's strengths, right? I think that's going to be the difference maker. I don't think that it's going to be a matter of skill necessarily, because both teams have quite skilled players. So yeah, I think it's going to get down to teamwork. I think it's going to come down to map knowledge, smart bans. Yeah, just the meta game around the actual game, because I think mechanically they can take each other.
Got it. So that will be in a couple of weeks' time, I think. That will be when that matches. We've still got this weekend's matches to kind of work our way through before the end of the group stage of the summer series. But we're nearing the end, folks, and it's been an awesome tournament so far. But before we sign off here, Lix, you've got to give me your MVP. Who was your standout player for this match?
Oh my days. It's like taking a kid to a candy store. telling him
Yeah,
pick
well,
one.
you got it. You can only pick one.
Just saying, pick
Be the
one.
responsible parent. You can only pick one.
My days. I mean, we talked a lot about Super and how he was smothering that backline. We spoke a lot about Kura, but silently in the background, and this might just be because I'm a support player, I kind of want to look at Risen. I kind of want to look at our Ana player who just kind of got things done. Yes, okay. I give props where it is, right? BTS fan had Blue's number at every turn, and he didn't even have to ask for it. He just got his PI, text me the number, called him up. Blue at every turn. Unfortunately, Babs had you, bro. And Kura as well, like on anything Kura plays, I fear that man. But yeah, I feel like we need to give credit where credit is due. And I don't think that Super can get as aggressive or Kura can get as aggressive without Risen.
I can't disagree with you. That's for sure. I think we like to give the supports love here. I identify as a support main, even though in practical terms I'm probably a tank main. But yeah, I think as you kind of intonated at the start, there are so many to choose from. There's really no wrong choices when it comes to picking a player from Anomaly out of this match, and that's kind of typified by the performance they put on. So yeah, Risen is going to be our MVP for his exploits on the Ana, on the Kiriko as well in map number 2. That's going to be it from us, guys, for this second division match. It is going to be Anomaly with a absolute stomping here over Team Nameless, securing their place in the Premier Division for next season. Nameless to take on Pangolins to try and secure that second slot in the Premier Division for next season. And as I say, we've got matches this weekend coming up. I know who is it? Vanguard and Pink Salamanders are playing each other. That promises to be a very interesting matchup. And I'm sure there's a couple of other matchups happening as well. But can't promise all of these games will be casted, but we'll definitely try and bring you guys some more Overwatch coverage. But if you want to keep up with all things happening in South African Overwatch, you've got to follow COWZA on Twitter at Overwatch, everything Overwatch related, whether it's casts, whether it's tournaments, whether it's anything like that. That's where you want to be. Of course, join the Discord server as well. Nightbot is spamming that in the chat. If you want to watch any of the matches that have been casted for COWZA, you can catch that on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/competitive Overwatch South Africa, I think. Otherwise, just search it, you'll find it. All the matches get pushed there. You can catch them. And of course, follow us here on Twitch. Whenever we go live, you can get notified of that and join in for all the local fun. That's going to be it for us, guys. I'm Sun Phoenix. He's been Lixodian. And we'll see you guys next time.
Cheerio.
I'll be right next to you.